A 10. Soldiers, prepare for battle. Welcome back, you maggots. This is the Red Ones Go Faster, and I'm Old Big Mac. Today, I'm playing Umi. That's right. Today, we're going to talk about what 10th edition means for Imperial Guard, who got absolutely shafted on this frickin' codex that's only going to be good for, 6 months, maybe? That thing's garbage anyway. Let's talk about the real codex. No, not that one. I said the real codex. No, still not that one. The real codex. Oh, yeah, there it is. Seriously, though, as much fun as this codex is, and it is truly, truly amazing. I have had this for way too many years and absolutely just love everything in it because it has so many different regiments. Doesn't really apply today. In fact, none of these do, but this one and even this, not so much. But what I wanted to go on about is, okay, so we're on the whole 10th edition, right? It's been 2 days now since Games Workshop announced 10th edition and the changes to the armies and all that. One thing I wanted to point out was when it came to what they're talking about for the new edition in army building is they said that it's going to be choose your warlord and then just build your army. And it's going to be 3 per data sheet, not type of squad. So back in the day when we had, to build your army, you had that force organization chart, right? Your 1 HQ and your 2 troops and stuff, right? This used to be how they kept the armies balanced, right? You couldn't have more than 2 HQs. You couldn't have more than 6 troops. You couldn't have 3 of anything else. And that was how they did it. And then you'd have some special rules, like Imperial Guard, totally, you could take these infantry platoons, which were awesome. You had a command squad and 2 infantry squads minimum in a platoon. They were really cool, really thematic. I really hope they go back to that. But anyways, they're getting rid of this. This isn't going to matter anymore. Being troop, fast attack, whatever, I don't even think they're going to tell us what anything is. What it comes down to is the data sheet. Now, what is a data sheet? This is a data sheet, right? Infantry squad is a single data sheet. If infantry squad has battle line in 10th edition, which is what they said you'll be allowed to have 6 of, you'll only be able to take 6 of these, right? But it doesn't mean just 6 troops, though. You'll be able to take 6 infantry squads and a different data sheet, 6 Cadian Shocks troops, and different data sheet, 6 Death Corps of Kriegs, and different data sheet, 6 Catachan Jungle Fighters, right? And so on and so forth. So that's going to be the big deal, is that all of these data sheets are separate in this codex. And I think that that's going to show us we're going to be able to take different regiments again. So here's my fledgling army. Most of it's unbuilt still, full in the box, way too embarrassingly, but you can see I've got Death Corps of Krieg, I've got Cadians, and then I've got Valhallans built already, and then obviously a whole bunch of Kriegers and stuff over there. So I've got 4 different regiments at least going into my force. If all of these guys are different data sheets, that means I'll be able to really field a big force full of what I like, which is those multiple regiments like we used to back in the day. They would show armies in here, and they'd have, a bunch of different, well, these ones didn't. Oh, God, look at that Valhallan force. I love that so much. Anyways, but yeah, back in the day, you would take different regiments in your force, and that was the thematic way, because the Imperial Guard, it wasn't like, oh, just the Catachans are fighting. It was, holy cow, everybody's in there because we need everybody's help, because that's how it works. And we sent 1 regiment of the Ding Dong 29th. They had to go fight on the desert planet because we screwed up, even though they're ice fighters, right? I mean, look at this from the 2nd edition, right? You've got Mordian Iron Guard, you've got Attilan Rough Riders, you've got Catachans, you've got Cadians, you got so many different regiments, and that was your standard Imperial Guard army. I think they're trying to go back to that, hence re-releasing Attilan Rough Riders as Attilans and not as anything else. So I think that's what we're going to see in 10th for Imperial Guard. I think old school Imperial Guard are coming back. I think they're going to really encourage those multiple regiments, and even if they're not all battle line, say they make Death Corps of Krieg or Armageddon Steel Legion, limited to 3. Still, if I could take 3 squads of Steel Legion, 3 squads of Krieg, 3 squads of Valhallans, right, that's still going to allow me to just troop spam the board and have a big honking battle line like normal. Of course, conversely, for you treadheads, think about what this means for armored companies. If you're no longer limited to having troops, you don't need to take the old school squad and the sentinel anymore. You can take a tank commander and then just a million billion tanks. Because again, it's down to what is a data sheet. And in here, where's the heavy supports? Not those two bestest guys, those suck. You know, so each Baneblade variant, right, was its own data sheet. I don't know if we're still going to get that based on how they're changing the weapons. But still, you're going to get, let's see. So, like, Valkyrie is its own data sheet. Chimera is its own data sheet. Deathstrike is its own data sheet. Wyvern, Manticore, Hydra, Basilisk, right? Lehman Russ, and we'll still have the squadron of them, right? So if you get 3 Lehman Russ data sheets and you still get a squadron of each, that's 9 Lehman Russes plus the commanders. That's 10 Lehman Russes on the field, right? You know, and if you get, you know, different data sheets or different things, and maybe they'll get back to having squadrons of Basilisk, because again, that used to be a thing. You know, there's a lot of potential out there. So we still don't know a whole bunch, but we do know that they're going to much simplified army rules. You're going to have your warlord and then just go bananas from there. We do know that data sheets are going to be limited to 3 per data sheet and then 6 per battle line. And we know that in the most recent codex, Games Workshop has made it clear that each individual regiment is its own data sheet. So, you know, I think we got potential here. I think we really got potential. I think Guard, even though we got screwed over in 9th, I think we're going to be really well set out when 10th starts and those indexes drop. And you're going to be able to do all armored, you're going to be able to do all infantry, you're going to be able to do a bunch of different things and be strong right out of the gate. The other changes that I think are really positive for us, just like I thought they were positive for orcs in my other video, is that change in morale is going to be huge, right? No more losing troops, running away. It's going to be, oh, they failed morale, they're not as efficient. And with the new emphasis on leadership and having all the officers around and stuff, and especially if we get back to a platoon, if you end up with a platoon command squad plus your troop squads, right? As long as the platoon command is still there, the troops could still be there, right? So I think the morale is going to help us out a lot, and I think that objective control is going to help us out a lot, because if objective secured is gone, they have said that for sure. If objective control is every, you know, model that can do objectives gets points and the most points controls the objective, hello, spamming the models. That's what it's going to be all about. So I need to get my paintbrush out. I need to get working on these guys and get them finished up by the time June rolls around for 10th edition, because I think this is going to be the way to go. I think Horde armies are back. I think orcs are super strong. I think Imperial Guard is super strong. Astra Militarum, whatever the heck you want to call them. It's not Astra Militarum. It's Imperial freaking Guard! All right, you maggots. I hope you understood all of that. I hope you follow orders from your officers and you get out there and you paint your Imperial Guard up, because in a few months, it's on. See you in the next video.